The QI Life web platform has a really good charting facility. We are going to be using the QI microsite project as an example to show you how you can use this feature. So if we click on the microsite project and go to the SPC Charts tab, here is where you create your control charts. But the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure you have measures assigned to your project. So you'll notice here we've got one measure created here, which is weekly page views on the QI microsite, which is our outcome measure. So if we go back to the SPC Charts tab, we can click on Add New SPC Chart button, and we're presented with this page here. So the first thing we need to do is we need to link our SPC chart to a measure. So if you just click on this box, it would bring up all the measures you have when linked to your project. So if we this chart we want to base on the weekly page views in the QI microsite. So if we just click on here, now it's linked this measure to the chart we're creating now. Now the second step, and a very important step, is to choose what kind of control chart you want to create. Now control charts vary depending on the type of data you have. So you've got this useful functionality here, which is a flow chart. It's just a series of questions if you click on, which it asks you, and you can click on whichever one's relevant, and it gives you a hint to what chart to use. You can also use the QI microsite, which has various different documents to help you choose the correct chart. So if you just go to the QI microsite, under resources, if you click on QI charts, scroll down, and here you got two documents here, one a flow chart and another just a diagram to help you choose the correct control chart. Now the flow chart just is a series of questions which you answer, and it leads you to the correct control chart. Or if you just want a one-page overview, you can download the diagram, which gives you an overview of the different types of data and what chart types relate to them. So we will be plotting the number of weekly page views on the QI microsite. Please note this is all dummy data. So this is not actual data based on the QI microsite project. It is data we have created for the purposes of this video. Now, based on the data we have and using the diagram and flowcharts we showed earlier, we know that this kind of data needs to be charted on an eye chart. So if we go back to the web platform, we can select an eye chart and notice how there's a brief description about what an eye chart is and the type of data you typically use to create an eye chart. Now if we scroll down, here is where we can add in our data. So these column headings here, time period and value, they're set by default by the system, but you can rename them by just clicking on the cell, highlighting it, and change it to what you want. So our column A would be week, column B would be page views, and now we can enter our data. Now there's two ways you can enter your data. First of all, you can simply just type it in, and the second is you can copy and paste from an Excel sheet. So if we go back to our Excel sheet here is our raw data. Now the first row is 7th September 2015 and it's 251. So if we go back to the platform, just type in 07 September 2015, and the page views was 251, so type in here 251, save this row, and now we can add another row. Now if we do the second method by copy and pasting, go back to the Excel sheet, we can highlight data, press Ctrl and C to copy the data, go back to the platform, click on an empty row, press Ctrl and V, and there you go. It's copied and pasted all the data. Now if we just scroll up and press save, it creates our chart for us. Now notice, although we selected an eye chart, it has created a run chart, so we can't see no control limits. This is because the system would automatically create a run chart when you have 14 points or less. So here we've got 14 points. That's why it's not enough to create a control chart. So the system has automatically created a run chart. Now, the moment we add the 50th data point, it will convert this chart to a control chart, and we can do this now. So if we just go up, edit, scroll down, click on this need to modify the full data sheet, and it brings up our raw data. Copy the next row of data, paste it into the empty row, and now we've got two options. We can either press this button, update with modified data, or press save. So let's click on this update with modified data button, and you notice it's added the new data point, but also you got control limits. That's because the chart has been converted from a run chart to an eye chart. Now we can add in our remaining data. So again, just click on this button, scroll down. So we have data up until 14th December 2015. Just go here, get the remaining data, copy it, go back to the platform, paste, and now you'll notice all our data has been copied into the platform. So this time let's use the save button, press save, and there you go. All our data has been added to the control chart, and you notice it's picked up special causes automatically. So here the system has identified a shift, and here there's other special causes, but you'll notice you can't see what it is. If you click on this button here, it zooms into the chart, and now we can just simply scroll across, and there you go, outlier. So this has identified this point to be outside the limits. If you scroll across right to the end, see it's identified the remaining outliers. If we click on this button again, it's going to show us the full view. So we've got the full view of the chart, and there you go, you've created your control chart. Now you can export your data to an Excel sheet and then create control charts using QR charts or any other add-in you have, or you can export the chart as a image file for you to incorporate into any presentations and so on.